Islam. Peace
and love.
All right. So I'm going to begin with this. Number one, the U.S. elections are a joke. Like, I know all of y'all are aware of this. You're very aware of this. So, why you're tripping off the U.S. elections, I don't know. If you're watching this video, I guarantee you've seen at least one of my other videos. You have a government. The United States is not your government. They do not represent your people. So why you're stressing over the elections when you know good and well that you have your own government, I don't know. I don't know. The second thing is, even if you, look, no matter how hard you stress, they don't care about you, the United States. They might take your vote, but you're not even a United States citizen. You're part of a compact. What does that mean? That means that there are no human rights guaranteed to you. Why? You didn't sign a constitution that applies to you in your nation. Okay, so with that being said, our government, our constitution is a social compact. When you sign your constitution, you're given human rights. The reason why nobody cares about what happens to our people in the United States, like when a police officer does something to our people, the reason why nobody cares is because of what I just told you. You have no legal or you have no protection at all because you're a subject to the United States. You're a property to the United States. So you think you have a say in what they do to you? Anything that I own in this room, right? If I do something to it, it has no say in what I just did to it. It just has to take it. That's the position you're in right now. Now, if you want to take yourself out that position, you got to join your government. So I'm not going to kick a dead horse. We're going to hop into Moorish literature written by the prophet, noble, Drew Ali. All right? And we're going into page 17. And we're going to read number 12. Savior of humanity. In this electrified age, men are racing into this life without complete knowledge of where they are going or what the end will be. When riches seem to be their only pursuit, to be obtained anyway and at any cost, when selfishness, avarice, greed, and lust dominate their very being, when humanity in general is left at the mercy of those who have no mercy in them, it is truly wonderful and astounding to see one come into this mad human drama for the sole purpose of saving humanity, losing all sight on those things worldly and yielding absolutely to a cause higher than has ever yet been attained. This picture is the likeness of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who is serving humanity, coming as he does with a message for the nations in somewhat the same manner as did Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and other prophets of their day. Only the things of this prophet's day differ from the ills of the days of the past. And yet, the remedy for the ills of today is about the same as the remedies for the days past. All turning about the pivot love for humanity. Humanity must be lifted from the unwholesome depths of poverty, misery, and suffering and placed on the solid rock of salvation. There are some who claim to do this, but upon investigation, one finds that they have slouched under the wings of their cross to extract from those who come to them means by which they can have the pleasures of this life while they point their followers to joy after death. Let's pause right there for a second. That's kind of like how in the last video, how I was explaining to you that, you know, when the Catholics came over here and they were converting indigenous people to Christians, they had the Christians focusing on Jesus and the principles that Jesus came and was giving to the lost tribe of Israel and to the Gentiles, he had these indigenous Americans focusing on the afterlife and telling them that law no longer applied to them, right? While at the same time they were setting up state governments so that they could rule over the indigenous people. So they were telling the indigenous people, "Don't worry about law. We're done with that. Worry about heaven. Look to Jesus. Look over there." While they're like setting up a legislative house over here, all right, setting up a judicial branch over here, right? So let's continue. While they feed their sheep, they also shear them while eating. At the close of their day, the master will be heard to tell them, "You have your reward. Get thee hence." Rare is it that you find a real prophet whose mission is the salvation of the nations. The land is full of false prophets whose mission is to fleece the people. The time was and now is that there should come into the land a prophet in the likeness of his brothers, to redeem them from sin and slavery. Truly, this prophet Noble Drew Ali is the man, bringing with him the message of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This alone can save the nations, like the coming of Jesus. He does not come from the elect, nor the rich, nor the mighty in worldly power, but all power is given unto him to do good. This power is from Allah. It will be his works that will make men of every nation accept the truth that he brings. It will be through his teachings that the nations of the earth will understand the will of the master. It will be through him that peace on earth and good will to all men shall come. It will be through his work that humanity will be brought from the slime of life and placed on the solid rock of salvation. All right, so there you go. That's from the words of the noble prophet Drew Ali. That's something to meditate on. Peace and love.